All right, I think I am live, and I know I'm a little bit early, but I'm still getting things set up. This should be available for a rebroadcast later on. I'm just waiting for my friend Enrique to show up, and once he is here, I can invite him in and we can kind of get things going, and hopefully there'll be some, we'll get some people in here. If not, if there's not many people, not many questions, that's fine. This is just the first one. And I can leave it up for rebroadcast, so it's there. People can watch it after, and hopefully it'll inspire people to kind of jump in on future casts. What do they call these? Like, it's not a podcast; it's a video cast. And I'm also getting a signal for a weak connection. That's too bad. I was hoping it would hold up better than this tonight, but we'll see. We will see. I can tell by the pod. Give me 1 second. Pod's looking all right, so it should do okay. And just waiting for, let's see, there is a bit of a delay, so because I'm going, shush, sorry. There is a little bit of a delay, so it could probably be anywhere up to a minute. So if you come in and you hear us talking and you want to ask a question, put it in the chat, and I'll try to, I'll probably see it a little bit after you sent it, but I'll try to answer everyone's question. I only have 120 subscribers on here. It's pretty lame. So I'm not an affiliate yet. I'm not a member, whatever it's called for YouTube. I don't have that as of yet, so I don't get things like super chats and things like excuse me. This is sort of too bad because I'd really it'll be really fun to have that. I'm not that popular yet, so but you know, the nice thing about that is if there's only a couple of people, then you can just throw your questions up. I'll see it and we can answer everyone's questions. So let me see if I can just see where I am on here, make sure I am broadcasting on here. And I think I can bring up my own account, my own channel. Yeah, I should be, it looks like I am. I'm going to turn the audio down. Oh yeah, there's definitely a really big delay. I'm leaning forward a bit because the way my camera is set up, I could not, I had a hard time centering myself properly. It's either too high or too low. And because of that, I can't set my chair properly. This is really going to freeze, isn't it? Oh my God, I can tell it's freezing. That's terrible. We'll see what happens. This could be really bad, unfortunately. I'll have to see. I have a good internet, but I'm in a basement. And last time I did a test last week, this was a lot better. All right, what's he saying? All right, I need to send him a link. You'll excuse me for 1 minute. No, trash that. Oh my God. What, who designed this? I keep, okay, hold on 1 second. So on Instagram, I'm sending this through Instagram instant message, and I keep hitting the audio record button on every time I try to start typing. This thing that starts doing audio instead, and I'm keep sending that. And we have another person coming in, Vince Hines, and he might be joining us a little bit late. That's fine. I need to let Enrique know you can jump. I don't think I have anyone viewing yet. I have one viewer. That's too bad. But I thought at least we can have a conversation anyways, and it'll go up on the YouTube channel. And he should be here shortly. So we're waiting. This is going to be some dead air, unfortunately, and I know it's not a good idea. Let me see if I can adjust this camera. Because I know I'm up a little too high. My camera is... How did that happen? I need to... I'm not digging the camera view that I got here, and I don't know why I'm getting this. Everything keeps changing after I start. I had a better view. I was trying to crop this a little bit more earlier. Now I got my ugly door in the background, and I do not want that in there. There's not much I can do. Not much I can do now, and it's not supposed to be... It was narrower than this before. I don't know. It suddenly changed on me. Oh, there he is. Add to stream. Hey, there you are.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
What happened to the, what was I going to say? Oh, I thought you said something changed on you. That's why I was like...
Oh, no, yeah, I was trying something with my camera view, and it suddenly went wider than it was supposed to. I had it all lined up, and then it changed on me, so... no, this is...
How's,
I was trying to... Vince has been messaging me, and he's trying to get in. He says he's going to try it again here. Okay. I keep showing unstable connection all of a sudden tonight. So I'm hoping it doesn't freeze and go out.
I mean, that's part of doing this, right? Learning.
Yeah, which I can do.
Yeah, it's cool to experiment, to be honest.
If it does crash out, you know, it's my terrible connection down here. So
that's fine. I don't know, what could you do about that hypothetically in the future?
Other than actually arranging a whole separate internet connection down in my office, which means I'd have to pay. Like right now, I'm splitting my internet cost with two other people. So if I have to get a whole separate internet, which means that's going to cost me like an extra, $100 a month for 80.
Is there like a booster wouldn't work or anything like that?
I am using one. I've got, in fact, they have really good pods that our provider is called Caricature, and they have these really good internet pods that work really well. Like I can sit here and watch Netflix. I've done streaming before, and I've used these Wi-Fi pods, little octagon shaped things. There's 3 of them, and it goes from here up to another friend's apartment directly above me, and then up to my actual unit where the modem is. So,
oh wow!
Unless I can find it's actually more powerful than the pods they gave us, but the ones we have, are actually supposed to be pretty good. I think he's trying to get in. He's not having any luck. I don't know if I need a different. I don't know if he needs a different link.
So he copied the link like I did. It tells me to copy the link into my Safari. He doesn't have an iPhone. I don't know if that relates.
You have to use Safari. Normally it doesn't work on Safari. Usually it's through Chrome. I have to go through Chrome for this to work.
Oh, really? On my phone, it specifically told me when I clicked on the link, go to Safari and copy this. Go to Safari.
Right, on the phone. Yeah, on the phone it actually works with Safari. Okay.
1 second. I'm trying to like find my remote to. I have so many remotes with these lights. I look like a weirdo with this upward lighting. Hold on. Let's see, where the hell? Wait. I can turn this on my hand. Wait, I think I can.
I don't know what kind of phone he's using or what kind of browser
He is an Android.
Oh, does he? Okay. Well, if he
I don't know.
Oh, wait, there he is. I think we still have him. There you are.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Got it.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, I can see and hear you fine.
All right, great. Yeah, sorry about that. Like, yeah, I think it might be like an Android thing, but I had to like switch browsers to get on here and change settings and stuff like that. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm here.
Are we able to edit this live cast or like the whole chunk in the beginning? Or
I don't know if we'll be able to or not. After
I know on regular YouTube videos you are able to cut stuff out. Like,
right.
You know, like if you don't like the intro, you can cut it out, or the end, you can cut it out.
What's wrong with the intro, man?
I meant there was like what is that? 10 minutes of
just like fixing stuff, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why we're doing this, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Work out stuff.
That's cool, man.
Do you know what you want to talk about, or did you think about like topics?
Yeah, well, I thought at first. I mean, I don't have. So first thing I want to mention, this is the first one, and I had done a little. I advertised it on Instagram and on TikTok and on YouTube, hoping to maybe generate a little bit of interest, but I'm not that popular yet. So
right.
I don't know if anybody's going to hop in or not. I thought at the very least we could then at least talk and maybe people can watch it on the rebroadcast after.
Yeah, I thought the replay would be. I don't, because like I've been doing live stuff a little bit because I just started, and it's always like it. And I have like 1,000 followers, or not 1,000. I have like 26,000, but I'm not active. Yeah. But
is that right?
And I still get like 7 people, like because I'm not active. So it's like, oh
right.
man, this is
pretty good.
7 people. That sounds good to me, man.
Yeah. I don't I've watched like the art casters, and they were kind of my inspiration for this. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but even they only get about a few people in watching them, and they're pretty popular. They've got that's like Cirqueworks and Josh Kemble, and they've got quite a decent following, each of them. So
yeah, I never heard of Artcasters. I have to check that out.
Yeah. They do it. I think about once a week, and they alternate channels. But yeah, if you look up Artcasters, you'll find them.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Should we talk about our art background, I guess, to start off?
Yeah. It's my first time meeting Vince, so I thought maybe if you could, I don't know, introduce yourself, tell us what you do, what.
Oh yeah, sure. My name's Vince Hines II. I do business as Hindsight Illustration and Design, HINESSIGHTID.com. I'm a graphic designer, been a graphic designer and like illustrator for like the past 15, 20 years or so. I've known this guy for about that amount of time. We met at like when we were doing classes in community college. And right now I'm also working as a director of graphic services for Sortis USA, which is like a print company. So yeah, that's what I got going on right now.
Well, he's making bank now, so that's
I wouldn't say that. I'm able to save now, man. That's like more important than anything than like making like a lot of money, you know. It's like being able to save and like kind of like budget a little bit, man. It's so important, especially like I feel like for like artists and stuff like that. When you're not living the paycheck to paycheck, you know, that's the first step, you know. It's like to like kind of like building like towards something, and I finally feel like I'm in a spot where it's like starting to build up a little bit. So you know, gotta remain humble about that because there's still a lot of stuff that I still want to do. You know, there's a lot more levels to go to this thing.
Yeah.
Next time I'll get better lighting. I hate this light.
Yeah, me too. And I don't know what's going on with my circle light right now.
I feel like I'm
you have a
overly
circle
bright
light?
here. I'm like washed
Yeah, I
out.
do. I got a cheap one though, so I should have because I just wanted to test it out. But like the screw in it like busted, so it's like leaning every once in a while. So
Oh.
I have to deal with that. So if it's just like if you guys just see my desk all of a sudden, that's what happened.
Okay.
You guys occasionally turn to robots, not often. Like it's not happening.
Okay.
Like
it might be
headphones or something.
Well, wait,
I
Vic,
apologize. My connection is because I'm down in I have a small office in the bottom part of my apartment building, and I use Wi-Fi extenders. But I'm showing it kind of weak because my download's really good. I think it's my upload. It's the outgoing signal.
Yeah, but your audio is really good. Your audio is coming across great, but like the screen is like freezing every once in a while for me. And Enrique, yours, like I'm not experiencing any problems on your end. Maybe it's like I don't know, like a like maybe it's my phone. Why I sound like a robot right now.
I heard. Sorry, go.
Oh, I was going to say, I think part of it is also my connection because I'm showing here every once in a while this thing comes up that says poor connection and it flashes and goes away. So if it does zonk out, just hold on, it will come back again. So
all right, good stuff.
You haven't full blown gone out, like because I think I spoke to you. I think we tried this once, right? And you did go out, like almost like pause for like a full minute or something.
Yeah.
But right now you haven't nothing like that. Occasionally it'll sound robotic, but I'll understand what you're saying, and it's not often though. It's like every I don't know minute, every few minutes.
Yeah, I might just throw my voice or like just like pause for a minute just to mess with you guys a little bit.
I've seen that shit online. Yeah, sorry. Are we allowed to cuss on this? Is that have you set ground rules for that?
For what?
Are we allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah, it's not for adults, so.
Oh, okay.
It's not for adults.
Sorry, not for children. Sorry.
I was gonna say so specifically for children. All right.
There's like a trap. It's like sitting you guys up, get out of here, bed, get out of here, leave.
Oh man. Let me talk about my background really quick because I guess briefly. I went to started out art school, I don't know, 18, and then that's when I met this guy, I think like 2 years or 3 years after I started drawing, I think. I might have met you because we were like 21. So I started drawing when I was 18. And then I worked at a movie studio for like, I don't know, a year, but it's kind of cool to have that on my resume and I can kind of say it on like, my dating profile. And what else? I did caricature art for like 5 years going on. It was getting close to 6 years. And I quit it because I really didn't like it anymore. I got, it's too much. And then ever since then, I've been doing like YouTube stuff on and off. And that'll like zigzag from, I can make a living to I can't make a living to, it just zigzags like crazy. And it's usually based on what time of year it is. But I've been doing that stuff ever since because that stuff's really, fun to do. And yeah, that's kind of all I do right now. I do a bunch of freelance as well.
That's it.
Nice.
Good stuff, man.
I didn't know you were in a movie studio. That's cool, though. Do you mind if I ask what you did there? Or?
Yeah, I was a stereo artist. I don't know if you know that term or not.
No. Stereo artist?
Yeah, so it wasn't artistic. It wasn't like artistically rewarding. So what we did was we did post-production 3D pretty much. So like the glasses that you put on in the theater, and I don't know if people still do 3D, right? Some movies do, don't they? Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Saw one
a couple.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, but it was like a fad, right? Like in 2009 or something. I don't remember. 10, 12? I forgot.
Yeah, it was a couple of years for sure.
Yeah, but it was like every movie was doing that, and I went there, and what you would have to do, because I didn't know how 3D worked, like as far as that stuff. Because I thought you press one button and the whole thing's in 3D. I didn't know that you have to chop up every frame of that movie, and you have to like move stuff. So if I have like a hand sticking out, I'd have to chop out my hand and then move this finger a little bit closer and kind of mold it like this edge, this edge, this edge. And so that's why they needed artists. Sorry, what?
Yeah, that's like the old. Wow, that's the old way of doing it, because I think now it's a different process. But that sounds like the old way they used to do that.
Well, I heard that was because it's post production. Because I think if they just did it in the camera, I think like Avatar did it differently.
Right.
I think that was one of the first ones. But they had like 300, 400 people. You're like shut in all day, and time goes very quickly, and you kind of forget it's been like a year.
Right.
And then when they had like 7 movies. I worked on the Transformers Dark of the Moon, which I didn't see till like way later.
Okay.
And then I did stuff on the Smurfs movie, which I haven't seen, and I never will.
Don't lie.
No, I'm never gonna see that movie. No. But that was it, and I had the choice to go back, because a lot of people did go back. Because there was money in it, and they're giving. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. It was like 14-hour days, and I know that's like illegal, but they were letting us do that for the money. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some water real quick.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
But there's a lot.
How much went into that process?
Oh yeah, but there was a lot of money in it too, because like they were giving us like overtime, and then like I think if you work 7 days a week, they give you like something. I don't remember, like just an obscene amount. Wow. And I remember it was one of those jobs where I think a lot of you guys have done this, where I worked there for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, this is like the worst job ever. And then I get my paycheck, and I'm like, well, you know what, I could do this.
Yeah,
could do this for a little bit longer.
Yeah. And that's why I went to Japan right after that, because I saved so much money I didn't know what to do with. I thought, oh man, I wish I knew what. I wish, because now I'm really good at saving. Back then I was not, so I spent everything. No savings, nothing. But yeah, it was cool because that feels like you made it, because you're there.
Uh-oh.
We just lost Enrique.
You lost him too, Phil?
Yeah, I lost him.
Hello?
I think his.
No, you're back.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Somebody called me. I have to see. I can't put this on airplane mode, right? Because then I wouldn't be able to get on this, or could I?
Yeah, I think airplane mode turns off your Wi-Fi and stuff.
I think I'm on this through data. I don't know if that would. I don't know. I don't want to try it right now in the middle of it. But wait, what was I saying? Hold on. It feels kind of like you made it, because you're kind of like, you're there. The movie hasn't come out. You see these announcements for the movie. They put you under an NDA.
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah, they were really serious about that. They fired people just for posting stuff on Facebook. They follow your Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Even when they wrote it like in code, like I forget what, somebody's working on Green Lantern or something back then, and they wrote something cryptic, and they fired him for that. They were like real serious about it.
Wow, jeez.
But yeah, you see like alternate robots, because I guess there's other people doing other stuff in there, and like they'll have like a scene with no robots in it from Transformers, and then it'll have like. Oh my God! Same thing.
Keeping us in suspense, man. Hello?
He's still frozen there, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying
to call was getting
him.
real good, man.
Yeah, shit. I was gonna know what he was saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna.
I'm back. Hello.
All right, there you go. Yeah, there you
go. So
he's still going out. Oh God.
Yeah. It's all right. These things that happen. This is
yeah.
This is like this is why trial runs and stuff like this happen.
Yeah.
Everybody's connection is different, so it could be really, really tough to get that all sorted between a bunch of people.
We did a little bit of a test run last week just to see how well this would work, and everything went pretty smoothly, except I did freeze out once. So
okay.
But
yeah.
But I think
how's StreamYard been working out for you? Just like waiting for him to come back with it.
So far, not bad. It's pretty good actually. It's because this is the standard free version.
Okay.
So It's the highest quality is going to be 720. You do get that little logo in the screen. And I think you can have a maximum of 6 people in a conversation, which is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know there's a paid version. There's a paid version, but it's like $20 a month. It gets rid of the logo. You can add a background into this if you want. There's a whole bunch of extra bells and whistles that come with it. So
right. You just got to try it out right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add him. Add this. I'm gonna have to remove his other one.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Hello?
Oh, you should have kept it up there.
I know.
Yeah, I had to remove his old one, add a new one in.
I can tell you what happened there. So somebody called me, and then after they called me, it kicked me out. Then I went and immediately turned it onto airplane mode, and then airplane mode shuts you guys out too.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna have to tell people to not call me. That's gonna be really hard. I don't. How do you shut out phone calls without? I guess silent mode.
Yeah, unless you get want to get a camera and a mic to hook right into your computer, and then...
Nah, this is so convenient. the phone is the phone. Yeah, the phone's super convenient.
Yeah, you just have to tell people don't call between this time. Tell them you're doing a live stream, and
yeah,
I do a regular thing like monthly. Just make do what I do, like put a post about it, let people know, and try and
yeah,
that's true. I was pretty much about done what I was saying. I think it was cool to be there, and then they fired everybody and most of everybody. Like 70, they laid off 70% of the company.
Yeah, I'm assuming there's not a ton of job security. It's just like when the movie's needed or not.
Yeah, because they finished 7 movies at once. So
okay.
when that was all done, it's like we were. I think I may have told you this, Vince, but we were starting to do 3D for 1930s Little Rascals.
Nice.
I was like, why are we doing 3D for this? And I guess they wanted to recreate the. They wanted to recreate. They were telling me there was only a legal reason, and they're never going to release it.
Oh, to keep the rights, probably. Okay.
Yeah, to keep the rights or something like that. They need to recreate it a certain way. I forget what it was. They gave me a big spiel, and I'm like, for all I knew, they were bullcrapping, and they're just giving us busy work till they fired us, until they laid us off. I mean, but when we were doing that, everybody's like, "Oh man, like we can't just keep doing this stuff. Like someone's got to come in or." Yeah. Anyways, a year later, a lot of my coworkers went back, and I was just like, no, like, I mean, I don't know. I could have gone back, maybe. Oh, I went to Art Center as well. I went there for about a year and a half over in LA. That was a great art school, and I never improved more than when I was at that school because they really harass you into like finishing projects and pushing past kind of what you can do. But that's my spiel.
Tell me about that. It sounds like a good school.
Sorry.
No problem. Yeah, no, you said you weren't feeling too well there, so.
I feel better than yesterday for sure.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah, art centers where a lot of at least around here, a lot of people from the movie industry came from, because a lot of people they'll hire their buddies, as you know. So like even if but everybody's like really good though, so it's like scary. I don't know if you guys have run into that, where it's like, I mean, I know we're on the internet and stuff like that, so we see people all the time, but I think I told Vince this way back, like 10 years ago, because this guy would come out and visit me sometimes. But like, it was like my introduction was I was in this program with like, I don't know, 20 people, and then I look over the shoulder what this 19-year-old kid is drawing, and it's like amazing. Like, it's so good. Yeah. It's like a monster design. And I'm like, oh my God, he's just sketching this right now. This is insane. And I'm in the same class as him. What the hell? It
was like, this is garbage. You're like, no, dude.
In all fairness, he did draw that thing over and over again. So everybody had their like repertoire, I noticed. So that was one thing I noticed. Like one guy drew really good dinosaurs and another guy drew like forget what. I don't know. It was pretty cool. But yeah, fun times. I kind of regret not finishing that school, but you know, is what it is.
You took a lot out of it, though, for sure.
The discipline, for sure, and then because I didn't want to work for another movie studio. If I did, I would have just straight up stayed there, made more friends, and then just moved to LA. But I just didn't want to do that. I kind of just wanted to like live a chill life and do YouTube and like party and hang out. I made more friends than I ever made like right after that. When I came back, that's when I met all the people that I introduced YouTube.
All people I know now in San Diego.
Exactly. I met all of them like when I came back. So yeah, I don't regret it at all, to be honest, I guess, now I think about it.
Because you're doing pretty good now you've got YouTube and you've got
Skillshare.
Skillshare. You seem to be doing all right if that's been your
multiple avenue streams too.
It's okay, but it's not, I wouldn't consider it good though. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get something done with Facebook. That guy is really lagging. I don't know what's going on with that. And then there's not enough hours in the day sometimes, it feels like. And I don't know what to outsource either. Like, because sometimes I'll be like, I would love to outsource editing, but I'm like, it's not that hard, you know. It's really not that hard to do the editing. It's just drop, you know. It's more just sitting there and waiting for it to render.
Yeah, you always outsource like SEO and stuff, right?
I was doing SEO. I'm not doing it right now, but because I think what I've been trying to do is I'm trying to make just the videos better so that they just have more watchability. So I'll give you one quick example and then I'll pass it along to one of you guys. I don't want to talk the whole time, but I was gonna say I'm rambling too much. Sorry. One example would be like YouTube really likes it when they watch your video, whoever makes it to the end. And most people don't make it to the end of any video. That's just the way it is. And they go on to another one of your videos. Like, that's a huge deal. So somebody was posting this trick, a really great channel called Film Booth, I think. I think it's called Film Booth. I'd have to look up. But I think it's called Film. Yeah, it's about YouTube stuff. And he said at the very end, he chops out all the... you know how like at the very end there's a title screen for a lot of people? I even do it, you know. It was like a subscribe, and then you have like recent video, and then you put like another, I don't know, relevant video. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yes. I have them on mine.
Do that.
Yeah. So he was recommending like take the choices out of it. And he said he grew his channel a lot faster when he took that out, and he will just literally just suggest like at the very end, like when it cuts away, don't say goodbye. Don't say like, well, that's it. Just go like, hey, if you want to keep learning, go right here to this video, like right here. Exactly. You point at it, you know? And then it's like, and then it's one choice. Don't even put the subscribe. Don't even put the subscribe. Just put that.
Is it on the end card?
Say what?
It's on the end card, or he just adds a link? Like,
it's on the end card. It's on the end card.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you're pointing like right at it, and then people are more likely to do it. I literally just started that, so I don't know. You know, I literally just put up videos yesterday doing that.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, you should. That'd be a great idea.
I've seen people do that. Yeah.
It can be really funny too, because I've had some of my favorite YouTubers like watch this video and nothing pops up because like the link like blows out or something like that. Right.
The link blows out. What are you talking here? Oh, because it's old or something. Wait, hold on. Why would that happen? Is that because
it must be like an editing issue or something like that. I don't know enough about editing to know, but I've definitely seen that once or twice.
That's some shoddy shit. Yeah, I was like, shit, I would do, like, because I don't. Yeah. And I have too. I've done stuff like that. And it's like, oh, I forgot to add that video.
I mean, like that kind of stuff. Like, I think that's really funny. I think it's kind of endearing, especially if you have the hindsight to like do that on purpose. You know, it's like, right here. It's like what he's talking about. You know, I think that I don't know. I think that can like kind of endear you to people a little bit. It's like one of those little quirky things. You know?
Well, it's also a call to action. I don't know. You hear that in sales? Or, oh shit, my phone fell over.
I thought my phone was gonna be the first to do that.
Oh, your phone falling over? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty much, you know, like when someone tells you there's more of a chance someone's gonna actually click it, right?
Yeah.
Put a little soft thing into this.
Bill, can we talk about you a little bit? Like what you're doing, like why you started a podcast and stuff?
Yeah. A little bit of my background. I'm a bit older, so I go back a bit further. I went to I went to school for animation, traditional animation.
Nice.
Very late 80s, early 90s. I went to Sheridan College in Oakville. It used to be really known. Well, I think it still is known for its animation. I mean, it used to be like there were two big schools in North America for the longest time. It was like Cal Arts and Sheridan,
Yeah.
and those were the two
Nice.
big ones. If you want to pump out animators, they went to one of those two, and I went to Sheridan. So I finished there, I think, 92, and I worked for a couple of years for Nelvana, and I worked on Care Bears, Rupert the Bear. There was another little studio across the street from it that was called in Toronto, and it was called Phoenix Animation. They did. We did. I jumped on there for a while working on Mumphy's Christmas special, Mumphy's Magical Christmas, I think it was called. So if you ever look for that,
What is that? Is that a
I'm gonna
VHS?
look at it now.
it was just a kid cartoon. The animation is really nice. It's weird. The animation in it looks beautiful, but the sound, it's all the voices are done by one person, and
Oh wow, I'm
audio-
definitely now.
yeah, it sounds terrible, but the animations actually look really, really nice in it.
Right
I
on.
remember, but I did a little bit of work on that. So I was in and out of studios, but I was young and it was hard to stay in studios. And then they started outsourcing more, and then they started switching things to computers, and I just wasn't familiar with it, and I couldn't. At the time, in the first couple of years, you kind of sign on contracts from film to film. So I might work on Babar, and then when I went to go do Rupert, I had to apply and do a whole new test again for that. So that, it's, and then just got, I had to pay rent, and I was out of work for a while, and I kind of got pressured with some people I was living with, and I ended up flipping burgers for a while, and it kind of just slipped further and further away from me. I did do caricatures for the longest time. I was doing beach resorts, and I started, but after a while, I just, as it kind of got further from me, I ended up just taking jobs just because I had to pay rent. And it was frustrating because I lost a lot of my ability to draw. I think I lost a lot of my talent over the years. And because I still can't draw probably as well as I did back in when I was in the studios, because I was working every day.
I used to feel that too.
Yeah. And, but I did around 2013, shortly after my dad passed. I was in my early 40s, and I guess I was kind of hitting that midlife crisis. And I took a small business course. I decided I wanted to start doing caricatures again. And I was kind of really rocking that for a while. I was living in London, Ontario.
Right.
It's if you're not familiar with it, if you look at the part of Southern Ontario, it's like this little V dip into the US. London is like right in the middle of that. But I was on public transit, but they have like a lot of festivals and things through the year. So I was actually making some decent money there while I was living in London. But like you, Enrique, it gets to a point where it gets dealing with people and lugging your equipment everywhere when you don't drive, and it was getting tiresome. I got frustrated with people, and I still do it. In fact, next month the Anime North convention is coming up, and I've been doing caricatures for them for like almost 10 years. I make like $600 in one weekend, so I do that.
Yeah, I like stuff like that.
Yeah,
we work for like a couple hours.
So I guess I've been trying to. It hasn't been very successful just because of the way my life's gone the last couple of years. But I've been trying to slowly start on social media, on YouTube and Instagram, and even on TikTok. But I'm still working part time with the YMCA, doing cleaning there just to kind of make ends meet. And I'm still working on my own projects. I'm trying to work. I've started a children's book. I'm hoping to put out by the end of the year.
Nice.
So I still try to keep drawing. I still kind of try to keep as active as I can with it.
Is that Docs and Crocs, or what was it?
Socks. It was supposed to be actually socks with Crocs, and the whole idea was that wearing socks with Crocs is such a it's like this social, or what do you call it? It's like a fashion injustice almost. It's like you just think two things you don't wear together. But the story is this old man who doesn't really know any better. He just wears them and likes wearing them. It's just reactions from different people. but I found out I can't use it though because I thought Crocs was like just the name of them, like sandals or
sure.
it's a brand name. I didn't know that. I was like, oh shit, I can't call it that. So I had to change it to sandals with socks. So
it's still good.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't carry the same pop of the rhyme, but you can still work with it. That sounds like a Pixar movie.
I know. It sounds like a Pixar short. Yeah.
So I figured it's like the story's kind of pretty near almost completely written. I've already designed the characters. I thought I've had this in my head for 10 years. I thought I'm not gonna, and I just started kind of working on it over the last year or so. And it's just like after I found that out, I was like, oh, like I can't stop here. Like I can't. I'm gonna finish this one, from hell or high water. So I just have to change it to sandals.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. I also have like ideas from like 10, 15 years ago that I never stopped thinking about. They're like live in the back of my brain, and it's like, when am I gonna have a chance to like get this stuff out and like or get to that point where I feel like I'm worthy of like telling the story like I want it to be told, like to get it out of head and get it out on paper, to write it correctly and stuff like that. So I definitely feel you there. I think that's like a constant artist struggle, It's like those Moby Dick of projects, where you want to get it out.
A graphic novel or?
I have a webcomic called Little Bitty that I've been like thinking about for like a long time, and there's also like science fiction like books and stuff that I like want to write. I have like all of these ideas since I was like a kid, like 16 or something like that. I've kept like drawings and stuff like that, and it's like they don't look good now, but it's like they're still like the kernel of the idea there, It's like I feel like as an artist, like nothing that you ever come up with or think about is like ever wasted. You can always roll that into like something else, like a different project or something like that. So that's where it is right now. Like at the moment, I'm just like more concerned about being stable and like saving money. I'm like saving like I used to live in Las Vegas before I live in Alabama right now with family. But because like financial situation and stuff like that. But like I'm saving up so that I could move back to Las Vegas and like really start to focus more on that stuff. Right. Like because like Las Vegas is like not only is it like such a fun city, there's so much opportunity there for artists, like graphic design and stuff like that. It has a really cool art community out there, and like musicians and DJs and like artists and stuff. Like the whole downtown, they always like have like sculptures and stuff and like do stuff. It's like I really want to be a part of that again, So
have you been down here, Phil? I don't think I ever asked you about that.
I have been to the East Coast. I've actually been to Vegas. I have a friend of mine that lives there, actually. So it's been a long time. It's been over 20 years, but I have been there. We flew over for a convention, so we saw a bit of LA. We toured around a bit. This was back, this was like 99. Good Lord. It was with one of the kaiju conventions. And
they have kaiju conventions?
If you're familiar with, you got to see the Acker Mansion, actually, if you're familiar with who Forey Ackerman is.
I heard the name.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he was one who put out the Famous Monsters magazine for like 30 years, and he was.
I've heard of that magazine for sure.
Yeah, me too.
He's even kind of been cameos in a couple of movies, but he kind of was the one who brought science fiction to the public and made it a thing. He knew people in the business and the industry, and he used to write articles, and he had collected stuff over the years that his house turned into this museum. He had some of the original like King Kong miniatures.
Oh wow, really? Oh my God, I would love that.
Yeah, he had a lot of the original artwork from the what was it called? It was a magazine for like science fiction stories. He used to have art on the covers, like Fantastic Stories or something like that. And his whole apartment was just on the walls, had all like the original artwork, all framed. He had stuff that was given to him by Vincent Price. He had one of the Bela Lugosi capes, one of the backup capes he had in there. He had all this fantastic stuff all through his house, and he just let people in, and they could like donate a bit of money or something, and he passed away a few years ago, and they had to I guess they kind of had to auction it off, and there was some people that the collection kind of got broken up. It's still, people still have it now, and it's now part of people's collections. It's kind of not available to the public like it was, but yeah, there was some legal issues right near the end of his life and some problems, but
I bet you Guillermo del Toro bought some of that.
Yeah.
What's that?
I bet you Guillermo del Toro bought some of that. I heard his house is similar.
Oh, yes, I think he did actually. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it was just a guess. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Guillermo del Toro. That guy is like he's a force in terms of like artistry and like direction and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Huh.
But that was the last time I was actually out west. So I did we went to the convention, we saw the Acker Mansion, and I remember we saw a bit of LA, and then we visited our friend in Vegas. It's the only time I actually saw Vegas. So that was a lot of fun. I remember I had a great time.
It was for kids back then. I remember that was the year I started going with my family, I think.
Oh yeah.
That was because they advertised it for kids in like the late 90s, mid 2000s. There was like the 10-year. I forget. We just went on a tour there. I can't remember what the years were, but they had it. And I was like, wow, those are the exact years I was in. Yeah, all the way to high school.
Treasure Island and not TI.
Yeah, because
I remember actually. Yeah. I remember actually I was working at Ontario Place, which was a big giant theme park, and I was doing caricatures, and I was actually making a lot of money at it. It was just, I was constantly drawing all day. So I remember this convention was coming up, and I really wanted to go, and we decided we're going to fly out, we were going to visit some friends, and I remember because my mother had just passed about 6 months before that, and I was still kind of a little bit reeling from that because I was close to my folks, and so that was a bit tough. But I just decided I needed to do that. I needed this vacation, that trip, just to go away. And I remember having a blast. But I've only ever been. Well, no, I've been to Chicago a couple of times, and I've been to Florida once on a huge trip down to Florida. But that's the extent of my visit to the U.S.
Oh no, that's a lot, honestly.
Yeah,
man.
That's exciting.
You got all four quarters there.
Just about, yeah, just about. Yeah, we took a road trip all the way down to Florida too. Actually,
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember we did that. So
I was gonna say this might be. I'm going back into something we were talking about. As far as this is gonna sound really ridiculous, but I was gonna say that as far as like drawing better and stuff like that, and getting back what you used to have and stuff like that, what's really helped me out is what's it called? Affirmations, which sound crazy. I know that sounds insane. Okay, the more I was doing them, the better I was getting. Like I was noticing that, and I was like, "Huh." I was like, "I already know how to draw that." I guess in the back of my head, it wouldn't come out because I was hesitating like crazy, and I was doing those like nonstop for like a few months, and I was like, "Man, I'm getting a lot better than I was before." Like and I'm not doing much different. I don't know. Maybe if anyone wants to try that, that's really helped me out.
No, I should totally try that because for myself, like I'll get on these kicks for like months where I'm like drawing and like practicing and like looking at books like and feeling like I'm getting better and stuff, and then like either something will happen in life or like get really busy with work or something like that, and then it just stops, and it's like you were saying, Phil, like you lose that you lose that edge of like artistry when you don't do it like consistently, and like you don't lose it completely because like it's partially, I feel like drawing and like doing any kind of art is kind of like riding a bike where you don't forget like the basics and stuff, but like in terms of like your own style and like the speed at which you're able to like eke out details or something like that, or like say in your case, like being able to animate and stuff like that. Like if you're not like constantly doing it, you can really like it really like you lose that like mentally. It's like what can I do now? It's like that's how I feel sometimes.
I mean, do you know what you can you envision someone with the career you want? You know what I mean? Whether it be on YouTube or not, or an illustrator. Because like for me, I know exactly who I want. Who I want to be like. This guy named Dave Raposa.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like that guy. Like
he's an amazing artist. Yeah.
I love that guy. And like I if I could, I would dedicate most of my time to do that. But I have to do the YouTube channel for money. But if the YouTube channel was making enough money, I don't know. I wouldn't mind outsourcing a lot of stuff I wouldn't normally source out now because I just feel like right now it'd be a waste of money. But
yeah,
maybe I would have time to just do that over and over. But I look at that guy, I see his career, and I'm like, yeah, that's I know. Or let me think of somebody with a YouTube channel. Does anybody know who Ahmad? I don't remember his name. He went to my school though. I don't remember his. I'll look it up and I'll link it to you guys later. But he went to my school. He has a pretty good YouTube channel. Got up there really quick, and he still does his own work. Still paints really well. You know what I mean? I always consider my YouTube channel an embarrassment to the people I went to school with. I'll say that.
Oh,
like the people I went to art center with would be like, holy shit, you're doing that right now? Like, and those people are all in and out of the movie industry. You know what I mean? Like one guy's been working at a game company for 10 years and he reached out to me. It's funny too though, because he did reach out to me literally like a couple months ago. And he's like, he's done working for industries and now he wants to do YouTube because he's burned out like crazy.
Yeah, man, I was about to say I bet like most of those people don't think like that. They're probably like looking at you as like, you're really doing it, you never really know like what other people like are thinking. It's like I know you to be like a great artist for like years now. It's like it still amazes me that you're like successfully able to like do YouTube and you have numbers on Instagram and stuff like that. It's like I don't have that. I'm not like jealous of it or anything. I'm kind of like just in awe of it that you like. I know somebody who's a really close friend who's doing this and is like successful. That's like motivating,
Well, thanks for that. I appreciate it. It depends. I think it really depends how much of a social life you have and how much you don't want to work a real job. You know, what I mean? Like if you don't want to work a real job, YouTube's where it's at. Yeah. And I remember that was the other thing. My social life was important. Sorry, go Phil.
No, I was just going to say real quick. I noticed that I've got these different layout options, and because this is kind of the first time, if you don't mind, I'm going to click with these and kind of try a couple of these things.
Sure.
So you're going to see the layout change a little bit. I think I can like highlight a person who's talking, and I can change it back. So
I think it's Zoom. Yeah, I was about to say Zoom does it too.
Yeah, because I think I can.
That's neat.
Okay.
So whoops.
Phil, have you used Magma before?
Have you used what?
Magma. Have you heard that? Yeah, it's like a program where it's like a drawing board.
Yeah.
And everybody can draw on this drawing board at once, no matter where in the country they're at.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh, I'll link it to you just so you can look it up. Maybe that'd be a cool idea for one of these.
We should get Phil on like our draw stream, like our not stream, but like our like draw sessions that we do like every month or so.
Every month we do like a drawing session.
Wait a minute, what's
he put us to shame, because we every month or so we well, like Enrique sets it up and stuff, but every month or so we get some like friends together and we just like Enrique picks like a picture, like a background image, and we just kind of draw and like talk about like life and stuff like that, like what's going on, what movies you've seen and stuff like that. So we just like draw,
So as far as ideas though, this has been done. I got it from another channel, but it's cool to do that. Because I don't know if you can record the person at the same time though. I think you'd have to have like a separate thing going. I don't know, but I'll show you what it is, like Phil, to check it out. I think that'd be cool to have, because I wouldn't. So like Vince, you know who this is? Like, I would never invite Lyndon to one of these because he's too quiet. Like another friend of mine I have over here, he's like a furry artist. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, that's what he is. Yeah.
Right. You know
I'm
what that is.
very familiar with that whole scene.
Okay.
So don't be...
Okay.
Believe me, I live in Toronto. Believe me, they have like 3 furry cons a year. My roommate goes to these, so I'm
really?
very...
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this guy, like, I didn't. He's been a friend of mine for about 7 years. And like, I didn't even know he was one until like other people were pointing it out because like his logo, his icon on his Facebook was him as a wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a drawing though. It wasn't like him in a mask or anything. But and then all he draws is wolves and animals and stuff like. It didn't really occur to me until somebody said that. I was like, oh yeah, that has to be it. But he's too quiet. You know, he'd be cool for like another perspective. He'd be cool for another perspective, but he just doesn't talk. That's the thing.
I will say about Lyndon though, man, that guy, if he like really leaned into like making furry art and stuff, he'd probably make a killing, man.
Yeah, so he finishes all this stuff in Illustrator, so a lot of stuff will come out really clean and nice looking. Yeah. Like because if you see him render, if you see him shade and render in real life, he sucks ass at it. Like like terribly. I've seen him use Photoshop to just shade normally, and I'm like, never do that again. Just use like use Illustrator. That looks so professional when you do that. It's like do that. And there was a while where we were pushing him really hard to do like a portfolio. And he was kind of with some good stuff for a while. But when we don't bug him, he doesn't do anything hardly, you know. He works at a printing company. He's overworked at his company. So yeah. But talk about guys that don't believe in themselves. That guy's probably the guy that least believes in himself than anybody I've ever met.
Yeah, he should, man. I see the potential for him to be making a ton of money, like just within the furry community, you know, because they will pay for that art, man, big time. If you look at like DeviantArt, some of those like top artists are like furry artists, you know. So
if he produced, so he has a problem that I think a lot of people have, and I have it now. I've had it for years. It's like you're a good artist that doesn't produce. And so for me, like I'll produce a lot of sketches, but I don't produce finished pieces very often anymore. And I need to do that again. I need to go back to Photoshop and really render shit out for like days on end again.
Do you know, there's an artist who went to Sheridan, and he started, I think he finished the year that I started. He's just a year or two older than me. And I've always been completely inspired by this guy's work. His stuff just mesmerizes me, and he still does it all by pencil, and I think he inks it by hand as well. But then he scans it into Photoshop, and he renders all his stuff in Photoshop. And he's a cartoonist.
Okay.
He does a lot of celebrity caricatures and celebrity cartoons, but he has a really unique style. His name is Glenn Hansen.
Glenn who?
Glenn Hansen.
Who's a caricature guy?
He makes good money. He's chained to his desk all day, he says, but he makes good money. He lives in LA. The only thing is that like some of his stuff he'll do like children's books, but he's very out and very gay, and some of his work is commissioned for that. So it's very very
that's it.
So depending on what it is you're looking at, but his the way he actually colors stuff in Photoshop has really inspired me. Like I've really tried to look at his work to see how he because some of it looks like you go like some people will color something in Photoshop and it looks airbrushed. Like you look at it and you go, that just looks like they've clicked on the airbrush and it looks really his does not look like that. Like I don't know, and he says he has like hundreds of layers. He's just layers after layers after layers he works with. And but this clean, crisp stuff that he does that just blows my mind every time.
Wait, so what if it doesn't look airbrush? What does it look like? It just looks like if the transition's really easy, or
I don't know how to. Yeah, it's just very, very clean.
It's like natural almost.
It's like
just like natural light on it. It's just, I don't know how to put it.
Is his art like men's asses or something? What are we talking about here?
It's mostly celebrity stuff.
Oh, okay. I was joking, obviously, but
he did. Yeah, but a lot of the celebrity stuff is like he did this one of the Jeffersons for somebody. He's done like the Golden Girls. He did this amazing one of a lot of like the old 70s and 80s TV shows that were really popular. He's commissioned to do these.
I was gonna say now that you brought that up, it brought up something with me.
It works amazing.
Can you link me that, Vince? So I can.
I
Well,
just did a quick like Google search, but yeah, I can forward it to you.
oh well. Okay, what's his name again? I'll just Google search it.
Glenn Hansen.
Glenn Hansen, and it's just even glennhansen.com is his website.
Oh yeah. Wait a second, this guy does.
He's
I've
done
seen this guy
like
before.
Yeah,
he's done
done, like, celebrity caricatures for celebrities. Like he's friends with Linda Carter. Like he's.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
like yeah.
I've seen this stuff on merch, by the way, like in the store, especially this Golden Girls one.
He has a manager that gets him like a lot of like work. Like I think he did even stuff for McDonald's a while ago, like these summer cups they had put out years ago, and he did all the artwork on these. And
I was gonna say that might have been what I saw, because I know I've seen this Golden Girls one for sure.
Yeah.
There was also a series of kids book called The Goddess Girls. They're children's books, but he does the covers for those, and they're like amazing work on them. Like just
this might not even be that niche. He's doing like big shows. I guess there are older shows.
Oh yeah, I really dig his style.
Yeah, I love his style a lot as well.
Yeah, he did. He used to do. Oh God, there was a TV series that was like a spy show, and he did all the design work for it. It was an animated spy series.
Totally Spy.
Totally Spy.
It goes way back, like early 2000s. He was the character designer and
I'm sure it's on his website.
Production design. I can't think. I'm drawing a blank on it, but yeah, Spies something.
Spy Groove.
That was it. Spy Groove.
Okay, I've never heard of that. That one I haven't heard of, but I see the pictures here. Cool. Do you you kind of hit something in my mind when you talked about this, like so as far as like niche art. There's a guy who I used to work with at SeaWorld, and everybody at SeaWorld was kind of. Hold on 1 second. I was almost gonna sneeze, but I didn't. There was this guy at SeaWorld, and we kind of looked at his DeviantArt, and he had like so many followers on DeviantArt, because like I know hardly any people with like success on DeviantArt. I think I know maybe like 2 people ever in person that I knew, or like 3. I only met him once, but you know who Sean Cheeks is?
Cheeks, yeah.
Yeah, Cheeks.
He did a Spectacular Spider-Man, right?
Yeah. Are you in front of a computer, Phil? Or
yeah, I guess I can try and look it up.
Okay, can you look at us just for context? Like, I think it's Sean Cheeks Galloway.
Sean Cheeks?
Yeah, Galloway. Cheeks is like his nickname.
I think it goes by Cheeks. That's like his artist name.
I wonder where that comes from, because he doesn't have big cheeks or anything.
Oh, yeah, there's some art that comes up. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that guy got really big, really fat. He used to be a caricature artist at the same place I was at. Wow. I wasn't working with him, but it was like.
I forgot you told me about that, man. That's crazy.
What's up?
Was he trained in animation? Because that's very.
I have no idea. I only met him once, and honestly, like I just talked to buddies of his that worked with him at SeaWorld, and the only thing they said was he really sucked back in the beginning, and he just propelled really quick when he kind of learned his style. And I guess he hated caricaturing as well, because the people were looking at him. So he didn't do that very long. Yeah. But that guy is gigantic, right, on DeviantArt. I'm gonna try to think of the other one, the one that I'm thinking about. There's the guy I'm talking about, though. I forgot what his name was. Serge. Okay, so the reason he had such a following is his drawing was really well and his coloring was really good, but he drew only it's a type of fetish thing. It's what do you draw them when they look like balls? Like they're overweight, but they're overweight to the point where they look like a ball.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if there's a name for it or not, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen that.
There's a name for it because he was telling us about it. Wait, what is his name? Sergio. But his following was so big because of that, and like he made really good money. I don't remember what he said, but it was like ridiculous. People, but that's all he did. That's literally,
man. You know?
Yeah, that was a niche. He just started making so much money off of that he just kind of kept doing, and he's still doing that because I kind of looked him up lately. I just don't remember what his name was. That one I'll really try to link you guys like later if I can just think of his name. But that's a good example. And I thought that was just secretly his thing. I was like, oh, his girlfriend's gonna be huge when I meet her, but she wasn't. So
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay, well, I think he's just doing it for the money, maybe. Yeah, he's like a real. Sorry, go.
Oh, what was his name? Sergio.
Sergio. I don't remember the last name. Hold on, Sergio. I'm trying to figure out.
It's not Bustamante, is it?
What is it?
Sergio Bustamante. This is like I don't think this is the art that you were talking. Because I looked up Sergio Ball art just based on your description. I didn't come up. That's the only thing I came up with.
Oh yeah, Bustamante.
It's not that
I don't
one.
think that's what you're talking about though.
No, I don't think it's that one. Man, I'm sorry I brought that up without. I just can't remember because he used a straight up real name, and I'm like, that's why I only come up across him every like few years because I don't remember.
Yeah, if you find it, definitely forward it over to me. I'm very interested to check it out.
Yeah, he colors really well. It's kind of like anime-ish. But yeah, that guy. He went to SeaWorld very little as well. I mean, he liked it, but he just kind of took off. Maybe he just tried it for the summer or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, my point is that you can find like a niche maybe and like really dig into that. Although otherwise, if you hate it, you're probably gonna eat your soul.
Yeah, exactly. It's that thing, man. Like what's weird about art, like a lot of people, a lot of artists that I know, and I feel that sometimes when you're doing it for yourself, or you're doing it like for fun or to get like an idea out, it's like it's so easy to like spend a lot of time with it and stuff. But as soon as you start doing it for like money, and you have to like kind of you have to like set aside the time, and you have like deadlines and stuff, it becomes like a lot less fun. I mean, that's not like all the time, like but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. But like there are definitely those times where it's like, this is a lot more fun when I could just like when I was doing it on my own time, or it's like there was like less expectations from other people like about your art, you know?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't know. Like the best thing about caricaturing was it kind of it made me not care about people looking at me. That's for sure. Because I heard people have issues with that.
I'll never forget that, man. You told me that story.
Wait,
you have to like call out. You have to like call out to people. It's like, hey, you wanna draw? I can draw you a cartoon. And the guy's like, I am a cartoon.
Yeah. Phil, did you ever get that?
I never actually like.
You don't hustle? Really? You never hustle?
No. You know what? Most of the festivals I went to, I just sat there and I waited, and within a short time, I had a lineup. Like I didn't need to.
Okay, right on.
I was always busy.
Were you paid by the hour or?
No, like when I was at Ontario Place, I was working for Caricatures Unlimited, and they paid you. Man, this was like very early 2000. I think it was only like a couple of dollars per drawing because we were only charging like $5 for kids, 10 for adults. But we had this way that we had to do them really fast, straight ink to paper. They had to be profiles. You couldn't do like a 3/4 view or straight on. She really wanted to do profiles, make them super quick. She wanted them in like 5 minutes kind of thing. So we got about $2 a drawing.
$2 a drawing? No wonder they were lined up.
Yeah,
that's But you did in like 2 or 3 minutes. So
wait, hold on. So you got paid that, or they were charged that?
2.5 a drawing, because all the papers were numbered. They all had a number on the very bottom corner. So later in the day, she'd come through and count the papers to see how many you've gone through, and then she could figure by that how many you've done.
What if you screwed up and you had to like rip one out? Like that happens.
Oh, you had to. Yeah, she says keep them. Always keep the ones if you screwed up, or if you need to practice a little bit, that's fine too. Just keep them, and then she marks it off as a like a no good kind of thing. So
would it be the same thing with like rejections, or were people like generally just like happy? It's like, okay, this is cool, you know, or because I remember Enrique told me stories about like, you know, he's
rejects.
Yeah, you get like rejections where you do it. It's like, I don't really like that. Or it doesn't really look like me or something.
I think in my time, I've only had about 3 or 4 like that. There was because the only one I remember was when I first started, and I was really nervous about it. And I wasn't used to drawing ink to paper, and they were not looking that great. And the woman kind of complained about it, and I said, you know, if you don't like it, you don't have to take it. I won't, you know. They usually paid afterwards, right? So
right.
she said she was a little snarky about it, and she walked away. And that was going back years and years ago, and I think that was like the worst one I ever had. I think that was the only one that was actually really bad. No one's ever like thrown a fit or been angry about it.
So. Wait, I have a question real quick. So you're saying they were charged $2, or you got paid $2 for every?
I got paid $2. It was $5 for kids and $10 for adults.
That's still really cheap, I think, too. The
it
5
is,
and 10.
yeah. But you have to pump them fast.
Yeah, the quantity over quality situation.
Yeah,
because we were ours were like $30 a person. Like per person too, not like per drawing, you know.
If I worked at Canada's Wonderland, I don't know if you've heard of that, but that's a huge theme park that's like north of Toronto. I wish I could go there, but it's hard to get there. Yeah, they charge like 30-40 a drawing. I'd probably make more there. But Ontario Place, she got in there, and the way she did them was she wanted them out fast. So I think it was like,
did you color them?
$2.50 a drawing, something like that. But I would walk out at the end of the day, like, man, I would spend like over 12 hours a day there just drawing constantly, and I'd walk out with like my filled with change and bills, and I would
right. Your pockets just like sticking out.
Yeah, I was almost losing money out of my pockets walking out of the park. Like it was.
Yeah.
So
wait, well, I was gonna say. Sorry, my train of thought just died.
Yeah.
So like, okay, wait, did you guys color them? That was my question. Did you color the drawings at all? Like you do quick, like
no.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it definitely wouldn't have had time to color.
No, we used back when they used to be a good marker. We used the Marquettes.
I know those are legendary. I know
those are amazing. Apparently,
everybody uses that. Yeah.
And I've have you heard of them before, Vince? Or have you?
I have. Yeah.
You have? Really? How?
No, I've had them. Like just like through you. I've seen you use them.
Well, that's true.
And I know some other people's stuff like who use them. I've done myself, but I've never done caricature art. Yeah, I know about them.
Yeah. And they changed the nib. They rounded them, and caricature artists freaked out. I even wrote the company, and I says, "You have no idea what you've done." I says, "You've destroyed this marker, and caricature artists everywhere are going mad right now. You've got to restore this nib." And they wrote back to me eventually. They says, "Yeah, we spent like thousands of dollars changing the equipment. We can't really change it." I'm like,
spent thousands of dollars changing it.
I know.
Business. Apparently, they changed it back. They started producing them again, but I can't find them. I can't.
Have you gone to ISCA? Like the International Caricatures something?
Oh, I am with ISCA or something like that.
Yeah. You're with them. Wait, did you ever go to their? They have like a get together every year. I mean,
I wish it's always too far, or it was bad timing. I could never make it. Yeah,
I went like twice. I think
to.
It was. All it is like drawing all day and like people drinking and like a lot of drama, which is fun. It's fun, yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's just like 200 artists. It's just like I mean, maybe it's different now, but
I just go watch. I don't think I could go and participate. I
don't even.
Some of them so fantastic.
Are you allowed to watch? Honestly, because I there's like nobody there watching. It was like literally just like maybe family members a little bit, no one else is walking through.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you could. I thought you could participate and draw if you wanted.
So just for I guess for clarity, like I went in 2007, so I have no clue how they changed it since then. I think it's 2007, 2008, and I think the one I went to was in I might have only gone once actually. Now that I think about it, it was in Raleigh, North Carolina that year, and all it was about 200 artists, and you stay in that hotel, and everybody's sharing the hotel because everybody's cheap, you know what I mean? So I stay in a room with nine people, which is the biggest mistake ever, because people are like all over the floors, you know what I mean, and like under the desk, on top of the desk. It's just awful.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was so bad. But we're staying up all night anyway, kind of, but it was still pretty bad. And then you go downstairs to the those halls at hotels, and they rent out the biggest hall, and it's just the artists that are doing art there, and other than family, and each wall is divided, so you have a wall that you have to fill up with art that you did there, and you fill up the wall, and people vote on like best whatever, and they have a bunch of different categories.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Okay, maybe since then though. Again, that was 2007. So maybe since then
you had to participate though. I thought you could still just go and watch everybody and talk to other artists. And
I guess you can, but would you really fly out there for that? It just seems like a waste. You know what I mean? Plus, there's people there like grannies and shit. There's like grannies there, like there's people that suck there horrifically. So the way I saw it was
so good. Like some of them are just like I know.
Oh. I know. So like the way I saw it was out of the 200-ish, there's maybe like 20 that are like ridiculously good, where you're just like, oh my god, like Jason Seiler, you know who that is?
I heard that name.
Yeah, stuff looks like photographic, and you're just like, what? Like I thought that was like a photo that was warped, and I'm like, oh, he's literally painting this in front of me now. I'm like, that's insane. But there's guys like him. He does a lot of the publication stuff for Time Magazine and Newsweek. You know, they do like presidential stuff.
Oh, okay. I know.
Yeah, and it looks real. Sometimes it looks like a photo or something, but he does those. He paints those.
Are you apparently Glenn Ferguson? Are you familiar with Glenn Ferguson?
I know exactly who Glenn Ferguson is. He was the president, right? Until he got, you know.
So yeah. That's because he's posted stuff on Instagram again. He's been kind of gone through a lot of never say the word.
Rehabilitation.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation. I'll tell Vince.
Rehabilitation. Yes. Yeah.
I'll tell Vince.
He's going to them again. So.
Well, I was gonna say like, oh, he's gonna go to them again.
Apparently, yeah. Like he's up walking again. I mean, he still has. Have you heard of him, Vince? Do you know about the situation?
Vince. So I knew this guy. I didn't know him. I just met him a bunch. What happened? Just to shorten it up. I guess what was it, like a disgruntled employee? He was a boss at Florida. A disgruntled employee on New Year's grabbed scissors and stabbed him right in the back of the head, and it went right into his brain. And they had to operate on him, like this long surgery, and he had this really long rehabilitation, and he's blind. Man. He's blind in one eye. Well, that's not true. He says
he's restored some of his sight again, apparently, I think.
Oh, wait, he's restored what?
He's restored some of that again.
Oh, wow.
Great. So what he said, I saw an interview with him, I think on Jason Seiler's thing, maybe like, it's like 3 or 4 years ago. But he said when he looks at an object, he sees half of it no matter what. Like technically there's nothing wrong with his eyes. There's just something in the brain that's not working. So he sees literally half of whatever he's looking at. And so he has to like figure out how to do art again. But his art's like really good again. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can't even perceive like seeing half of something, man. That's interesting.
Right. Yeah. Right. So I mean that's the way he described it. I don't know exactly how it looks. But I was gonna say,
if you close one eye, you still like see everything, you know. So, wow.
Right. So it's even hard to imagine, to be honest. I don't really know. I think he had a graph about how it kind of looks, but I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, but that guy,
I love his stuff. Just it still blows me away. Like the stuff he did before, and he's back to like full. Like his stuff he's doing now, just like oh my god.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that guy's cool. Like I mean, I'll be honest, and I don't know if this will ever catch up to me one day, but like being there, like about the drama part, that's why I didn't go anymore. There's so much drama among artists. I guess you can imagine. I guess.
Oh, that's
like it reminded me again. Maybe it's different now. Maybe now there's a lot more variety of people. Maybe it's bigger. Maybe it's like 500 people or like 800 people now. I have no idea. But back when it was 200. It felt like kind of like Vince. It kind of reminded me a little bit of SpillCon, where there's like a bunch of nerds and like there's like three attractive girls, and everybody's trying to hit on them, and it's like creepy.
Right. And I don't have games, so it's going hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, and then from that there's drama, and then there's people trying to actively win some of these contests by bringing in art they did way before, like all finished, and then just taking them out the last day and. It was, and even though these awards mean nothing, but people really, really, really cared about that Golden Nosy Award, which is like the main one. Like people really cared, and people are super petty, and everybody's talking trash about everybody. Everybody's talking trash about everybody. I noticed that.
All these bunches to go and watch. Jesus.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, man. Because like I'm thinking of like, Spill there's a podcast, it's like a movie podcast that we used to listen to. It's turned into something like totally different now. But yeah, like it was fun, like meeting like the guys who do the podcast and stuff. But like one of my favorite things is just like watching people interact, like the social, like kind of microcosm of it all was like one of the best things about it. It's just like seeing, it's like, wow, it's like people's realities are really different, you know?
Yeah, so like that's exactly what it was. You take a bunch of artists and then they're in the same hotel and room for like the weekend. It's like a long weekend. It was like a 3-day. I think we got there Thursday night. And yeah, and you know, your lack of sleep, everybody's drinking. It's funny too because that's the official. It was fun though. I've always been the kind of guy, especially after high school. I've always been the kind of guy that had one foot out the door. Like I was a caricaturist, but I was like never really into it. You know what I mean? Right. Some of these guys live and die by it. Yeah. So because I never like. I was never that into it. Nobody really saw me as a threat, really. I would just like listen. People would just tell me. That's how I knew everybody's talking trash about each other, was because people were like telling me this stuff. I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's right. I didn't realize it because that guy likes you. I'm thinking in my head, like, that sucks. That sucks that you think this way about it. I was like that at Art Center as well. Same thing. Everybody, so much drama. Right. You know, but I remember there's like the same thing. One girl at this. Oh, but I was gonna say that convention was the official one. You know, that's the professional one, right? Some guy leaned into all that stuff. A caricature artist. I forgot what his name was. He was from San Antonio, and he created a convention that went on for about 3 years, and it was called CrippleCon. And it literally happened. I went to it in San Antonio. And he gave you a grab bag full of condoms. They did like obscure, very, very politically incorrect stuff, like the suggestions to draw. Wow. They leaned into all that stuff. That one was super fun, but it's too bad they don't do it anymore. Yeah, super fun, super fun. And yeah, that was so good. And the reason they called it CrippleCon was because the organizer, I guess, had become crippled in the last few years, and I guess to make light of it, he named it CrippleCon. I guess just kind of laugh. What's up?
Was it for caricature artists?
Oh yeah, it was for caricature. It was specifically caricatures.
Wow. Yeah, that's funny.
But I guess he got tired of. I guess he got tired of organizing it. It only went on for 3 years, and he's just like, well, I accomplished that. I did it. It went really well, and I'm done. The condom thing was so ridiculous though. Like I remember thinking, I was like, oh god. People are running around there, dude. People are running around in their tighty whities in that. I remember that really well. Yeah.
Wow. And I guess it's not going on anymore. It's like, is it still running or is it?
No. It was only on for 3 years. Back in like I don't know, 2012 to 2014 is my guess or whatever. But and also nobody cared about the prizes. I noticed nobody gave a shit about that.
Well, but people drew like trophies or something, or what?
No, people still drew a lot, but I don't know. Yeah, nobody cared about to win an award. It's not like they took it dead serious. Where the other one people took very seriously. This one, there was actually less drama at this one too. I guess because they leaned into that stuff.
Yeah, so that makes sense. It does, you know.
Well, I think it helps. There's more girls at this one too. I don't know the way they advertised it. There was a lot more women there.
Always, women always help.
But yeah, that was cool. I have a question for you. What's it called? Because we're going on for like an hour 20. How long do you want to make these on average? An hour and a half?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess this was a test run. I was thinking an hour, but we just been like chatting away. So I just thought,
we were typing, man.
Yeah, no, same thing. I wasn't gonna be like an hour's up, guys. Like
whenever you're comfortable. Yeah, there's not really. I think I had like one viewer listed on here. I've had maybe two at one point. No one said anything here. So
that's me though. I think. No, I'm joking.
Oh, is it? Oh.
It's just your picture.
Oh, maybe it is.
That doesn't matter. I think the replay matters. And also, like, these things make hardly anything in the beginning. It's not going to be a bit.
You gotta keep on trying, and like especially for like artists. Like I feel like artists know more than anybody. You just gotta keep on doing stuff. It's not like a woe is me situation. You gotta keep on trying stuff. Like even if it doesn't work, try to tweak it. Just like keep on going, get a format, like make it more fun, like. Bring your friends in on
it. I would like to do it, but like once a month and try and keep it going. If we don't get a lot of viewers, like I'd like to try it again next month. If that's
Well, I definitely love to be a part of it if you'll have me, man. This has been a lot of fun, and just like learning about you, man. Like I'm definitely going to look up some of your stuff, and it's like especially like as like I'm an artist, but I like there's so many facets to art. Like I know about caricature art mainly because Enrique was in it and he told me all like a bunch of stories about it and stuff this time in Zero. But like just some of the stuff that you guys are telling me about, like even the cons and stuff, like this is really interesting to me, you know? It's like a totally another part of the artwork that I didn't know about, you know?
Yeah, I think for me, like the social aspect of it was because I've always been like trying to have some semblance of a social life after high school because I had no social life in high school. So I was always trying to have some so like yeah, I'd always that stuff would stick out to me with the whole you know how insecure everybody is and stuff like that.
I was going to mention actually because when you were talking about that convention, something that's coming up that happens every year in Toronto, and I always miss it. And I am going to be going for one day. I wish I could go the whole weekend, but it is something I don't know if you've heard of it called TCAF, TCAF.
No,
Toronto Comic Arts Festival.
What did he say?
The Toronto Comic Arts Festival.
Oh, okay.
And it's been on for years and years. It's huge now. It's a huge event. The one guy I talked to on here, Joshua Kemble, who draws graphic novels, and he's part of Artcasters as well. He's from I think he's from I know he's in California. I forget where exactly, but I know he's in California. But he's going out to TCAF, and so I'm going to try and meet him on the Saturday on the 17th. But I finally gives me an excuse to actually make it into Toronto and go do it. Because it's just I'm only like about we have like I'm not far from Toronto. It's about an hour's drive, if that. And we're the nice thing about this area, we're part of something called the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. So it's all connected along the lake by the GO train. There's all these little cities along the lake, and they're all part of GTA. And I'm right near the GO train station. I don't have a car. I don't need to drive. There's public transit everywhere. So I walk down to the GO train station. I can go to any of these cities in the GTA and go right downtown Toronto. So and it's handy. So I'm planning on the 17th of going on that day. So I've wanted to.
17th? Like what are the dates for TCAF?
June 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's too soon for me, man. I would like that would have been a great excuse for me to go up there to Canada because like me and Enrique.
I want to go to Canada badly.
To go
Canada. Man, you tell me when. Like I'll.
Right on. We got to connect now. Yeah.
You got to come to Toronto.
Yeah, let's sort this out, man. Toronto specifically. Like I've always wanted to go to.
We'll see how things work out. Probably, I mean, most likely this year because I know Vince is moving this year, so you got to figure that out first.
Are either of you? I don't think Enrique you are, but I don't know if you're into anime much at all, or if that's.
I like anime. Yeah, I like anime a lot. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hardcore. Wait. Did you call me? You call me Enrique, right?
Is it Enrique or Enrique?
Okay, because you called me Enrique in your announcement, I noticed, and I was like, wait a second. He thinks the E is silent.
That's your new name.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure, to be honest. I wasn't sure it was Enrique or Enrique, so.
Okay,
Enrique.
yeah. That makes sense, though. I was like, oh, yeah, that does make sense. The E could be silent. Like, that kind of makes sense.
Enrique?
Yeah. But the reason I was asking about anime, though, is because the big Anime North convention is coming up in July, 15th, 16th, and 17th, and that's where I do the caricatures.
Oh, really?
Okay, that's
do you do them as anime or what?
I try to do a little bit. It depends.
Right.
I know the convention organizers for like 25 years.
Everyone looks the same, like identical.
Because it depends on the person and what. But I've known the convention organizers for years and years. I've known them for like 25 years. This convention is coming up to like its 30th anniversary, and they have an arrangement with me because when I started doing caricatures again back in 2014, they asked me. Her name's Eileen, and she says, "Listen, I noticed you doing this on your Facebook. Do you want to come and do this for Anime North? We'll give you a table. We'll give you the whole section in the kids area, You can have like table, put up banners, whatever you'd like. Like all we're asking is that you do the kids 12 and under free. That's the only thing you can charge for
12,
adults.
what? That's everybody, isn't it?
12. If you can do the kids like roughly 12 and under, just do the kids for free, and you can charge for adults. I still walk out of there with over $600 in my pocket. From that.
Oh, you did? Okay, so you already did this. Okay.
So, yeah, I get because it's a lot of teens and people in their early 20s. And
okay, and I'd be like looking over people all like you right there. Yeah, come here. I'd be looking right past.
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm thinking Comic-Con, man, where it's like tables could cost like what? Like
I remember thousands, for sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Man.
I mean, they're trying to make this Comic-Con big this year to make up for the canceling it for 2 years. I mean, they had the mini one. Yeah. They had the mini one in November, but I mean that was just like a mini one. It's not like
our big.
I didn't hear about it.
It was called Fan Expo.
Fan Expo.
Yeah. It's basically Comic-Con. It's massive. It's like the third largest one in North America. It's
wow. I'm surprised I'm surprised how tame your caricature stories are. I'm wondering if because you're in Canada. I was gonna say I've seen guys like people get mad at their caricature and like crumble it up. I've seen like people like tear it up. I've seen like tear it up. Not to me, but I just seen it happen to other guys. So I'm like, wow, yours was like they were slightly rude. Like, I'm like, really? Like that'd be easy.
They're like, no, thank you, and then they just leave.
By the way, but they were rare though. I mean, in 5 years, I got like 12. Yeah. Actually, I'm sorry. One more thing. Sorry about that. On that topic, like, do you know of a book called Rejects? Phil, are you paused?
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I just lost it for a moment.
I thought you were breathing in.
That's the first time in like
reminiscing.
We did all right. We went almost an hour and a half, I think, before it.
Yeah, man.
Wait, do you know that book Rejects at all?
Rejects. That sounds familiar.
It's a caricature book. It's like some guy would a lot of the times they would get rejected because they were outlandish, the exaggerations of the face. And this guy named Joe Bloom. Do you know who Joe Bloom is? He's a pretty famous caricature. He's a pretty famous caricature. Yeah. He won an Academy Award too because he started working on movies after that.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, and he unfollowed me on Facebook. Fuck him. But I was gonna say, I met him a bunch. I would see him all the time. He went to CryptCon as well. I think he was there as well. Like
I just lost it again, man.
Oh, really? Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you now. It'll stay.
Okay, hello. What did you hear?
Out and try and switch over to data.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. We can just cut it here if you want. Like it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that time flew by, man. Wow.
Yeah. I could save that one for next time.
Okay. Yeah. Likewise. I should let you know I'm going to be. I'd like to do this again. I'm going away to Montreal from the June 21st to the 25th. I'll be gone that week. The week after, I have to kind of make up an extra shift for the lost shift because the YMCA is funny that way. But
just try to give us like a week heads up ish, or
yeah. Let me know what your schedule's like, and maybe the week before, or maybe like a week after or something. I'll see what I can. If it's a Tuesday night.
So how often are you trying to do these, Phil? Are you trying to do them like weekly, monthly? Like what's your plan?
I was thinking monthly to start. I don't know what your schedule is like. Like weekly seems a bit too frequent, but I don't know, maybe bi-weekly works, or if you want to do.
I was gonna say we could try monthly, like you're talking about.
I could definitely make monthly if I have enough time.
If it gets easier and easier, I mean, it just depends. I wouldn't maybe be opposed to like maybe like every 3 weeks, because that's just like
okay.
I don't know, but like you're right. You're right. Monthly sounds good right now.
Yeah.
I've not been successful like in social media by any way, shape, or form, but I do know like when I was like growing stuff for like Hindsight ID, it's like consistency is key. Like I think my problem when I started Instagram, it was growing and growing and growing, and it stopped is because I tried to do something every day, like put out like a sketch or like find something to put out, see what was relevant. But like if like you do what you can, if like if you can only put out one thing per week, put out one thing per week, but make sure you put it out at the same time, like consistency. The algorithm loves consistency.
Yeah. I think it's been a little harder with me because I started this job with the YMCA because I needed the money, and I have dental work that I had to get done, and your schedule ends up kind of going all over the place and pulling my hair out, and it's been a bit frustrating. But I'd like to really kind of get back on some sort of schedule again where I can try and put up a little short video on YouTube or a little something on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. But just kind of get back into a pattern again. It's just been frustrating.
One last tiny thing. I would even say, this is going to sound cringy, but when you title this stream, I would title it maybe a quote out of something one of us said. Maybe like, I don't know. Didn't I say artists are dramatic or there's drama? I'm not joking. Like I see this on a lot of.
They were in their tiny whities or something like that.
Well, I see. It's like clickbait, like a clickbait. I it's just a recommendation. Yeah. You don't have to. You don't have to. Dude, I mean, do what you want.
I might try it, actually. I might try it, yeah.
Because like round ball artists, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think back to, like, the conversation, Yeah. But you're right about that, man. It can be very attention grabbing. Like, what is this about?
Well, all the vloggers I watch, which I don't watch that many, but, like, if it's, like, long-form content and they're streaming and it's, like, an hour and a half, whatever, they'll always do that. They'll always take a spicy quote or some shit and,
Caricature
just gonna put it out there. Yeah, I got a bunch of stories too, but I would never. Obviously, I'll like not say whose names they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyways,
condoms in the goodie bag or condoms in the swag bag or something like that.
Well, I mean, there's no secret about that, but like there's like people who are really big on social media, like. Yeah. Like there's one female artist I can think of right now who's she was really hot, and that's very different for that career. And she was really funny, like really crass as well. And I mean, like stuff happens at those conventions. And I couldn't say her name because she's still prominent now. So I mean, not that this would be found, but like you never know.
Yeah. She's the one that's watching right now.
Exactly. She's that one. Right? She's that one. Yeah. But okay, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thanks for having me. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys. I think Phil froze again.
Yeah, he did. Phil. He did.
Phil, did he freeze? So I can say bye first. Yeah, I was gonna say let's wait to say goodbye.
Yeah, for sure.
Phil. God, that looks so normal for a second. Oh, Phil, you're back.
God, there we go. Just give me 2 more minutes just to say goodnight.
Hey, there you go, right there. 2 minutes to say goodnight.
All right.
All right. Good night, Phil.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Good times, man.
We'll up again then for about 3 weeks or so.
All right. So good, man.
Later.
All right.
Take care, guys.
All right. Good night.